Welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn, and I'm here today to talk to you about Kim Porter. Kim Porter has been heavy on my mind today, especially. Not sure why, so obviously I decided to come to the cards. Kim Porter is very uneasy about the way that she left. She's very intent, her spirit, she's moving to try to get things resolved. If you know about her case, her death, see, she passed on November 15th, 2018, which was only a few months ago. As far as I can tell, social media has quieted down quite a bit with regard to her death. So to recap about Kim Porter, if you don't know, she is Sean Combs's partner with children, should I say. But even before that, I want to say that she was a woman in her own right, very beautiful, from what seemed to be a great mom, and she was highly profiled because of her relationship with P. Diddy Combs. So with that being said, she's coming through, so let's see what's going on. So I had already done a meditation, and the meditation revealed some just basic things to confirm that we're on the same page with who we're talking about. Beautiful, bright light, high-end, golden, in all caps, a muse, very intelligent, focused, and calculated, loving and kind, but the other side of her could be deadly in the sense of like death stares, verbal lashings. She was very powerful in her circle. She had a big circle, and she's very loved. With all that being said, there's other sides to the story. When she passed, it was a surprise to most, especially those who didn't know her, such as myself. But she did appear, I do follow her on Instagram, and she appeared to be healthy and happy as always, traveling and doing her thing. So it was just kind of like, what? And then on top of that, related to Diddy, was yet another alarming part of the story. So I'm going to just pull a couple cards. Okay. So we're talking about Kim Porter. And her death is still hasn't been confirmed as to why she actually died. There were rumors about her health prior to the day that she passed. There were rumors that just were all over about her having had pneumonia and or some other type of virus which caused her death. Supposedly she had gotten a shot or some type of treatment previously, a phone call with the doctor who's still unnamed as far as I know. I mean, just a lot of question marks. The rumor also is that she was writing a book, and her laptops were stolen the day that she passed. This is in the police report, allegedly. I really just kind of wanted to find out what's going on with Kim in general. I pulled 3 cards. I'm going to start with, I think the Judgment card was first. And I believe I had them facing you. So what I'm going to do is just read the meanings, and then we'll interpret. So we have the Judgment card. And I've had these cards for at least 2 decades, but I always refer to the book. I actually like reading the book because the book to me is a part of the experience. I like the technicality of knowing exactly what the communication is, and then from there we can interpret, right? All right, so let's see. Judgment. The meaning of the card itself is time for a major and necessary change in life, often welcome but frightening because of its magnitude. Confidence in this change. Okay, so to me, and from what I do know, she was gearing up to, well, the rumor was that she was gearing up to get a book published. She was writing a book. And with that being said, doing that would have probably changed her life. As far as I know, aside from her modeling days, I don't recall her having any big career situation. So she was always kind of in the background, and always referred to as mother of the children. Always kind of secondary to everyone, when in actuality she was a star in her own right. And I think that was about to pop for her. As we all know, she has opposition coming to her regarding that, because I'm pretty sure that you know who did not want that change to happen. And I'm going to leave it at that. So let's see, what else do we have? 7 of Staves. Let's see what 7 of Staves has to say about Kim Porter. Or what is Kim Porter letting us know? Let's see, though you may have the upper hand. Here's the card. Though you may have the upper hand in this situation, there is still struggle. Success is possible, but only after dealing with difficult people who may not want to be supported. And there it is. Wow. Okay, so pretty much just confirms what I said, that there's opposition to the fact that she was about to blow up on her own, in her own right. I mean, listen, Kim Porter, to be honest, especially in the world of hip-hop, is a legend. Think about it. She was, the high school hottie. She and producer Dallas Austin were good friends in high school, and went to prom together. They both moved to Atlanta following high school, and she kind of was his muse when he was making his music. He was a young producer, super hot in the streets. She was right there. And then from there, she started modeling, met Andre Harrell, who we all know mentored Diddy. Through him is how she met Diddy, but not before she met Al B. Sure, who was popping as an R&B crooner. Night and Day, one of my faves. Google it. So there it is. Somebody didn't like the fact that she was about to do her thing. And King of Cups is the next card. The ability to live one's ideals, combining artistic integrity with the needs of the marketplace. Someone who symbolizes these forces. And there it is. So I don't even want to say the person's name, honestly. And this is a lot of why I only show my hands, because some of the things that I say, which I'm just the messenger, I'm going to remind you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real life. Like, people do not want people talking about this stuff, even with the whole R. Kelly stuff. And I am not going to give up on this situation either. But so we know who this is, and I just had chills when the card came up because I already knew. But with that being said, let's see what else the cards have to say about Kim Porter. What does Kim Porter want us to know? What does Kim want us to know right now at this point? That's the question. I can't even get over this. I really just don't even want to move them out the way. Okay, Kim Porter, what did you want us to know? So as everyone knows, you know, in your 20s, you're one person. In your 30s, you've hopefully grown. In your 40s, also more maturity and wisdom sets in, and you start making different choices, and you start making different moves and moving in different lanes, and I mean all types of things come into play when it comes to aging. And I only say that to say that, you know, Kim got with Diddy at a very young age. She was clearly in love with him. We all watched from the outside, her in the background as he pranced around with J-Lo, and then again with Cassie for almost a decade, or actually more than a decade, I think. So for, you know, the reaction that was given after she passed was a little bit of a head scratcher for me, with the whole soulmates and things that he was proclaiming. But that's neither here nor there at this point. I'm just putting my thoughts out there. Thank you for your patience, as always. Just trying to get a feel. What does Kim want us to know? We got 2 cards here. Let's just do one more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Sacrifice. 7 of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. Now, I'm not sure which ones are reversed because technically they're supposed to be dealing with me, not the camera. So, with that being said, it would be these 2 that are reversed. But I'll just read both meanings. So, what does she want us to know? Sacrifice is there. A surrender to higher principles, higher goals, self-abnegation, taking care of others, sacrifice in order to gain wisdom, empathy. And that again confirms what I said about she was a caretaker, but also she surrendered to higher principles and higher goals. She was giving into her maturity and her wisdom. Also, and self-abnegation, I'm going to have to look that up. Abnegation. Not sure what that means. And I'm an English major, so that's a shame. Let's see. So, next we have 7 of Cups. Okay, overindulging in thoughts of what the future may bring. Daydreams. Time to wake up and rejoin the world. Okay. I get this sometimes and wonder, are you talking to me? Like, I need to stop doing this? Or is it that the person, the query in question, this is what they want us to know about. So is she saying, get back to the real world? The reverse to this, because technically it is a reverse card, is allowing fantasies to influence how you view life. More objectivity is needed, projecting onto others. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the next card says, and then we'll go back to this. Queen of Pentacles. So, because this could be Kim saying, you need to just mind your business. That's what that could be. Uh-oh. Okay, y'all. I know y'all saw that. So, yeah. Doing this reading on Kim Porter. all of a sudden my my flash bulb went out or something. It started tripping out. Never happened to me before. So it's charging. I had to use a different light, so it might be a little less fantastic, but in the meantime I did get some more information. Kim Porter has a lot to say. So I did another meditation in between this reading. Where's my pen? So what kept coming through is that she's pissed. Says that her death wasn't supposed, she wasn't supposed to end like that. Her life, excuse me, her life was not supposed to end like that. She's gonna stay around for the kids. She's not wanting to transition just yet. She has unfinished business. The word profit kept coming through. Also that she's owed. She wants acknowledgement and she wants justice about her death. It says she wants a movie. She wants like some type of big acknowledgement of her life. She hadn't made her mark yet, and she was on the verge of doing that, but her life was cut short. So now she feels like, you know, she needs vengeance. Not vengeance, but she needs redemption, I guess you could say. Partially joking, and that's what I'm getting. She's kind of laughing, like, I need a movie, I need something. She says the queen was cut down in her prime. She was heartbroken, or is heartbroken, about the people she had to leave behind, not just her children and immediate family, but also friends. She said the way she went out just wasn't her style. That's what came through. But yeah, she had a lot to say. She felt like it was finally her time to shine. Says the sickness started months before, and that there was a lot of confusion for her around that time. A lot of questions, question marks kept coming through. There was love lost, and says that she is disappointed in a lot of people. Disappointed in herself also, the way she handles certain things, says. She's worried for her girls, and she is watching over all the kids and others as well. She feels her family got the short end of the stick after her death, and she wants fair and just decisions and actions. So, yeah, that's interesting. She's like, I need a street, I need something, and she's laughing. I don't know, there was a reference to someone, a captain. Captain Hood came through. I don't know what that is. But, so when the whole light situation happened, I went ahead and continued the reading as my bulb is charging. And so I kept all the cards in order. And we're going to keep this moving. Okay, so, let me finish this actually, because we were talking about these two cards. Meaning fertility, possibly parenthood, creating prosperity and harmony, beauty, wealth, home, regality. Okay. Now, it is a reverse card, so the reverse meaning is need to ground oneself, perhaps an over-materialistic orientation to life, disappointment in the home, or lack of focus. So, sounds like that she was disappointed at home. She wasn't happy about the way things were going. Everything was focused on material things, and she had her fill of that, sounds like. She needed to ground herself. So we're going to go back to Seven of Cups, because that was the one I was questioning. I was like, are you talking to me? But now I think I'm a little more clear. Overindulging in thoughts. And it was reversed too. So let me read the reversed. Allowing fantasies to influence how you view life. More objectivity needed. Projecting onto others. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so here we have the sacrifice card. She was everything to everyone. Always in the background. You know, making sure everybody else was good. Then we come here to just her fantasizing. Like, what about me? She's probably like trying to figure out what can she do for herself in her own life. And then we come here to the Queen of Pentacles, and that card, parenthood, prosperity, harmony, beauty, wealth, home. And then, but I'm sorry, the reverse of that. Need to ground oneself, perhaps an over materialistic or orientation to life, disappointment in the home, or lack of focus. So, fantasizing a lot, trying to figure things out, you know, trying to create her own lane, and then realizing that her current life is, you know, too materialistic. She's disappointed in how her home life is. At this point, she's in her, I think she was either early 40s or getting to that point, the 40 mark. I'm not sure exactly how old she was. Can't remember. But so yeah, she was in a position of a transition is what it sounds like. So we got those done, and we pulled the next 4 cards. All right. So 6 of Staves, and this is Kim Porter's tarot reading, and what Kim wants us to know. All right. Victory, acknowledgement, and honor is this card here. So what that says to me is she was in a position of being victorious, being acknowledged, and getting a certain honor. And I think that goes with the whole place that she had within the family dynamic with Diddy and the children. Everybody who knew who Kim Porter was. Everybody knew that no matter what, she's probably going to be right there. And hadn't nobody taken that from her. I think too, before she passed, Diddy and Cassie had broken up. So I think Cassie left Diddy. So maybe that's where that comes from as well. Not sure, but she had a moment of feeling victorious. So then we have the Princess of Staves. The ability to create beauty that is useful, energy, integrity, creativity, initiative, new ideas or ventures to be acted upon immediately. A young woman who inspires others to live this mission. And hello, that goes again with the rumor that she was writing a book about, I mean, not necessarily a tell-all, or, I mean, I don't know exactly, but to me, if her 2 laptops were reported stolen on the day that she passed, that is something. I've not heard a lot about this outside of my own research and thoughts. So I'm just baffled about why that's not a big deal. And why is this rumor even floating around if there's no truth to it? Where did it come from that she was writing a book? Just because she was writing a book, it doesn't necessarily mean she was going to out anyone. It just more so means she was creating her own empire. She was on the verge of breaking free of the Svengali and being her own person. So, next we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, Kim, you got a lot to say tonight. I try to keep my videos short, but sometimes I think that's not going to be the case all the time. All right, 7 Swords. The ability to defend oneself in a difficult situation. However, energy should not be placed in recriminations. Need for caution and examination. The ability to defend oneself in a difficult situation. Okay, so This card came up before in another reading. So in the position of a person being in a place, not really wanting to be there necessarily, but kind of manipulated and there because of certain things. And I know I sound like I'm speaking in riddles, but I'm just really trying not to put this stuff out there. I don't know. I'm getting that whole shh. So sounds like she was in a position where she had to defend herself, but she knew she had to be careful of how she was going to do it. So she had a lot to lose, including her own life, obviously. And so the actual card itself, the woman trying to carry 7 swords, but only 5 will fit in her arms. As she looks over her shoulder, she hopes the swords left behind will not be used against her. The ability to defend oneself in a difficult situation, however, energy should not be placed in recriminations, which I don't know what that means exactly. Need for caution and examination. And I mean, it says to me that something came up. She had to defend herself, some type of threat, something, and but she had to be very careful in how she played her cards. Is that what happened? Maybe she didn't play them right. Okay, so next card is Fortune. The generosity of the universe, the ability to open abundance, positive expectations, awareness of beauty and love. Okay, so she had something coming up, and she was gonna have a positive. She had positive expectations about it. So the last cards. Okay. So here we have the Temptation card. Tempted by forces one cannot control, something deep within the psyche, the shadow personified as temptation or addiction, sensual desires, gluttony, or envy. Okay, so she had this great opportunity, as we said, coming up. Then you have somebody over here who is someone who can't control themselves. They're tempted by forces that they can't control. Something, they have issues, and it's like an addiction, sensual desires, gluttony, somebody who's greedy and overindulges, and somebody who's envious. And that is what happened once she realized that she had open doors and opportunities. So next we have the King of Staves. Dynamic, stable, enthusiasm, mastery over business ventures, the ability to bring ideas to fruition. And we know who that is. Let's not pretend. So we have someone who's envious, and then we have the person who we all know is envious. Or I know. I don't know if you know, but I feel like I do. So next we have the Three of Swords. A sharp pain to the heart, disappointment, end of a love relationship, separation, sorrow that can enlighten or debilitate, oversensitivity. So, heartbreak, disappointment, end of a love relationship, separation. Well, I know they hadn't been together, as far as I knew, for a long time, so I don't know if this is relating to her being just maybe they had a final breakup, or Is it regards to him? Because Diddy did lose Cassie, and the card right before was that person. So, and it says oversensitivity. So we're taking it really, really to heart. So there was a breakup or a disappointment here. And then the final card here is the wisdom card. I feel like, so we've just been told a little story of how things progressed here. An interest in spiritual knowledge, a teacher who will share with what you seek, or perhaps you are that teacher, wisdom gained in a graceful manner. So the heartbreak happened, but then there was wisdom following it. So I'm thinking this was her. So this person broke her heart, and but I'm thinking maybe he thought it was going to break her down, but it didn't. She was going to rise up from that and be great. So let's see if there's anything else. Ms. Kim Porter, do you have anything else to share? Okay. Let's see. We got the Strength card and the Princess of Cups. Let's look up Strength. The strength to create peace between opposing forces. These forces may be inside you or personified in a situation. Tame them, you have the strength. Okay, so she's saying she was strong. So there was a heartbreak, there was wisdom following that, and then strength. And the ability to overcome any obstacle. And create peace between opposing forces, which is also interesting. Creating peace between opposing forces. So then we have the Princess of Cups. Artistic inspiration and receptivity. A young woman who symbolizes the gifts of Venus. Love, beauty, and emotional richness. Movement in these areas of life. Grace. Okay. So she was handling everything in grace, and she was moving on. And she was doing it with her gifts. Love, beauty, emotional richness, and artistic inspiration and receptivity is what she personified as a muse. And if this thing about this book was true, then she was artistic in her own right. So we've been doing a lot of talking about Kim Porter, and I had some more cards, but the camera ran out of space or something happened. So I just wanted to, I didn't want to end it abruptly. I wanted to give a proper thank you to Kim, and a thank you to you guys for watching. So, but in her honor, I will pull one more card. She has one more thing maybe to say. Let's see. Okay, this one. We'll go with this one since it popped right on out. Six of Pentacles. It's the card. And this is going to be the last word on Kim, at least for today. Let's see here. The richly dressed woman decides to help the two beggars. She is so wealthy that giving only adds to her prosperity. The meaning is philanthropy and philanthropy and generosity. Sharing talents with the world, helping others. Generosity. Okay, so I think that's a good card to end that on. I think this represents Kim. We all know she wasn't hurting for money, and from the things I read about her and heard about her, that she was a really good person and a generous person to those who she did indeed like, because I do, like I said before, know that she had another side to her, that could be, you know, somebody you don't want to mess with. But also, I think that's just also a message that she's giving to us, with regard to life, is just that it's more so about giving than receiving. And you know, that we need to take heed to this message. So her message is to give, share your talents, because you know, she waited too late to do that, and she wasn't able to see it come to fruition. So she's encouraging everybody to put your talents out there, and also to give back, and you know, to go for it. Basically, live your best life. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. As usual, I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Follow me on IG. Peace.